Welcome back, Amiibros, to Metroid Zero Mission. In the last episode, we defeated Imago, the giant moth creature, and for our troubles, we gained access to super missiles. Much stronger versions of our regular missiles that can open up green doors. Fuck yeah! In this episode, we're going to be taking on the big bad Ridley, but before we do that, we still have a few more items to clean out of his lair because we are an upstanding bounty hunter, and it would just be rude of us to leave them lying around. Not that we need the extra energy tanks or missile tanks, but you know what they say, better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. And, spoiler alert, Ridley is not that challenging, but you'll see what I mean. In any case, one interesting little tidbit I wanted to bring up involving Ridley is that if you're a fan of the Alien movies, Ridley's name might sound familiar to you. Well, that's because Ridley's name is inspired by director Ridley Scott. In fact, the Metroid series, if you're not familiar with it, borrows a lot of elements from the Alien movies. Both franchises star leading female characters that are quite the badass. They don't take any shit from any galactic corporation and always stand up for what's right. Even Samus, despite being a bounty hunter and being in it for the money largely, will always do what is right, or what she feels is right, you know? And you'll see as we progress in this series in later games, you know? And right here is a bitch of a missile tank to get, partly because, you know, that can happen. And also the other part is I overthought trying to get that missile tank. Instead of just saying fuck it and getting it, I decided to be methodical about it. Because the thing is with that missile tank is that if you fail to get it, you're sent all the way down and you have to run all the way back up. And multiple trips, that can be a bit of a pain. Like I said, Ridley's area, despite how much I like it, it's a bitch and a half to get some of the missile tanks in here. You know, some of them are pretty simple, if not very easy to get, but others can really annoy you to no end. But we're finally at the door of the big bad space dragon, but first we have to eliminate that boss door. We can't progress any further because those damn Chozo blocks are in the way, so I guess we have to go left. Watch out for those little bug creatures. They can slip up on you, even though they won't do that much damage. Alright, gotta deal with this boss door. Boom! See, Ridley's a very special boss, because his boss door actually attacks you. Unlike Kraid's boss door, who literally just stood there going like, hey guys, what's going on? Ow! Don't shove a missile in my face. But by entering this room, we get our last unknown item. I wonder what those items could be. It's a shame they're incompatible with our current suit. Can't really do anything about that. And right before you face Ridley, they give you a recharge station. Very nice of them. And by breaking this block here, we have a very, I don't want to say hard to miss energy tank. You can miss it, you know, if you're not the explorative type, but hey, it's right there. And, oh, that's weird. Usually a boss shows up by now. Wonder what's taking Ridley so long. Oh, there he is. What a fight. Boy guys, it's a good thing that they put the recharge station in the other room, because otherwise if we left this arena right here, we'd be totally boned. But in all seriousness, the fight with Ridley in Zero Mission is piss fucking easy. You saw that. I was right under him and I just pumped him full of missiles. And it ended in less than 10 seconds. Methinks that the reason why they put the recharge station there was because, you know, they ran out of time and they needed a quick place to put it, so I guess they figured, you know, right after or right before the fight with Ridley, that's where it needs to be, because fuck it guys, we're on a tight deadline here. I mean, no shame if that is the case, you know, like, game development is hard, so I get it, but did you really need to make the fight with Ridley that fucking easy? I mean, did Samus hijack development and say, fuck it, Ridley needs to be piss easy in this game because he killed my parents? Fuck him, he's a bastard. I mean, that's what some call me Johnny thinks, you know? But with that, we are done with every major boss in the game right before Mother Brain. With the way finally opened, we can make our way to Tourian, where Mother Brain resides. But we still have a bit of cleanup to do before we head there. Starting with, we have to get the last few missile tanks in Norfair as well as here. I think that's the last missile tank I pick up before I leave this area, which, yeah, no, there's nothing else for me here. As soon as this fucking owl creature fucks off. Ugh. What is the point of having a missile block there? Why not just leave it a morph ball bomb? You know, it just seems very extra to me. Not to nitpick or whatnot, but it just feels very weird that in order to go down that little catacomb, you need to use a missile first and then use a morph ball bomb. It just feels like an extra step that isn't needed, you know? And that was me just checking the map to make sure I got everything that I could. And with that, boom! We are officially done with Ridley, so we want to head to the right over here, because, yes, while there is a Chozo statue, it is unfortunately destroyed. I wonder what it could have been. Maybe a chorizo statue. That would have been interesting. Those are basically the Chozo statues that fight you. Basically a Chozo defense mechanism, I would have to assume, if anybody wanted to get Samus's power-ups. I don't know why. It's not like anybody except Samus can use them. But I digress. So by running over to here, we find another speedball catapult, and doing so, or activating it, launches us right back into Norfair. Hells yeah! Love how it's all interconnected. And I don't know why I'm coming back here, unless I want to get more punishment from the floating platforms there, but there are a few more missile tanks we can get in Norfair, especially now that we have super missiles. So, let's see what we got. Yeah, because there is one area we haven't explored because we didn't have the Various suit equipped at the time. And now that we do, well, while we're still not immune to lava, we are definitely immune to the heated temperatures, or the increase in temperature in this part of the game, so we can at least explore a little bit there. Yeah, right here we have some tricky platforming here. What you want to do is you want to stay into a morph ball and just hold left on the D-pad as tightly as you can, because if you don't have the right amount of speed, Samus will fall right into the lava and you'll feel like a dope. And fuck me, these stupid little bug creatures coming out of the pipe a la Super Mario over here. Ugh. You know, sometimes you just gotta be quicker with the screw attack and whatnot, but other times it's just like, I want to just get a move on. Why is it here? You're just slowing the pace down, man. Come on. And speaking of tight platforming right here, we got these single platforms along with these flaming centipede-looking guys. You know, folks, this is why I just say fuck it and run through the lava, because I got the energy tanks to spare. I don't have time to waste trying to, you know, be a master at platforming, you know? And I imagine, you know, Samus jumping through these platforms and whatnot. I know she doesn't want to get burned, but I'm pretty sure she'd be like, you know what, fuck this. It only hurts a little bit. I'm wearing armor. It's okay. Makes me wonder, you know, what video game characters think whenever they're going through lava and whatnot. You know, aside from being, like, in excruciating pain, you think they're just like, this is fine. This is no problem at all. But what is a problem is this upcoming super missile tank that we want to get. So, right here, what you need to do is you need to freeze these bug-looking creatures that are coming out of this pipe, but your timing needs to be 1-to-1. Otherwise, you'll miss the tank. If you're too early, you won't make it. If you're too late, Samus won't make it, like so. Expert players could probably wall jump off of that one pillar over there, but for the life of me, I can't do it. What makes this super missile tank so freaking annoying to get is the fact that Samus can't do a somersault jump, because if she does, the screw attack will activate and she'll cut through that frozen bug creature like a hot knife through butter. What you want to do is you want to do a straight jump. Now, at the risk of repeating myself again, if you move the D-pad or control stick, if you're playing on the Wii U, in any direction while jumping, Samus will do a somersault. In order to do a straight jump, you just need to press the A button, and once Samus goes up in the air, you can maneuver her to with using the D-pad or the control stick. Again, if you're playing on the Wii U, you can maneuver her to land on the bug that way. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't end there, as there is another missile tank over yonder. What you need to do is you need to wait for the bug creature to move a little bit further, and again, your timing needs to be 1-to-1, otherwise you won't make it, because the roof will gimp your jump entirely. But after enough trial and error, you do finally get the missile tanks, or both of them, and you can feel satisfied. More so getting the super missile tank than the regular missile tank, because we have nearly 200 missiles. It's freaking crazy. I think we do have 200 missiles, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't think I ever get like max ammo when I'm not at a recharge station, because again, I'd rather not grind for missiles. It's fine. Again, the game gives you plenty of missiles that you don't really need to worry about ammunition all that much. But funny enough, in the original Metroid, they didn't have missile or energy recharging stations. If you wanted more missiles or whatnot, you'd have to grind. And yeah, getting missile drops could be random depending on certain factors. I'm not sure what those factors were, but when you killed an enemy, there was something in the game that determined whether or not you got energy drops or missile drops. And yeah, I'm not sure if they still kept that system for this game, but needless to say, that's pretty freaking annoying. It wouldn't be until Metroid 2 where they decided to include missile and recharge stations. The beams still didn't stack in that game, but at least, you know, baby steps. That's what's important, baby steps. They were learning as they were going. But we only have one more missile tank in Norfair to get before we can be on our way to Tourian. And that missile tank is locked behind a green door, which we couldn't unlock at the time because, again, we didn't have super missiles. But since we do have them, we can now get that missile tank. Not before recharging, after all, running through lava can be draining, especially on the body. But, hey, you know, Samus can take it. She's taken worse before. God, that sounded terrible. What I mean to say is Samus is a hardened warrior. Despite this being her first mission and all, Samus is more than capable of the task at hand. Mother Brain won't know what hit her when we finally arrive at her chambers. Now, for those of you wondering what exactly Mother Brain is, well, first off, she is more than just a brain in a jar and an eyeball. Mother Brain is actually an artificial intelligence created by the Chozo to help control the Metroids, as the Metroids are creations of the Chozo. For what purpose? That's not exactly clear, at least not yet. What we do need to know is that Mother Brain was in charge of controlling the Chozo, which the manga goes into a bit more detail on. If we're just going by the game, all we know about Mother Brain is that she was once a Chozo creation that was in charge of controlling Metroids. That's all we know, if we go by the games. Now, in the manga, the reason why Mother Brain eventually betrays her creators and allies herself with the space pirates is because she basically works out the logistics of her survivability and how they're utter shit if she decides to stick with her creators. Thus, she allies herself with Ridley and his space pirates, and since she can control the Metroids, well, you can work out what exactly happened to the Chozo. Here's a hint, they didn't make it out fine. But yes, Samus is the last warrior of the Chozo, and thanks to the Galactic Federation, basically her employers, they sent her to planet Zebes to take care of not only the Metroids that are on the planet, but also Mother Brain herself, because if she is left alone to her own devices, the whole galaxy will be at her beck and call. Now, Ridley is the leader of the space pirates. Mother Brain herself isn't one at all. She just controls the most powerful life forms in the galaxy, that being the Metroids. The Metroids are nearly unstoppable, but as we'll soon see, they do have a weakness, but I'll go more into that later on in today's episode, folks. But yeah, that is who Mother Brain is. That's who she is, basically, as a villain. She was a creation of the Chozo, and she basically wound up betraying them for her own survivability. Yeah, I know, I'm going into the villain origin story 7 episodes into this playthrough, but that's basically what it is, you know? Like, the manual probably goes into more detail, and like I said, the manga also, but that's the logistics of it, you know? And now that we are out of Norfair, we can finally head to Tourian. We've collected everything that we need so far, ignoring a few missile tanks here and there, but we don't really need them. We're pretty pimped out for the final boss ahead. Let's not waste any more time and head straight into Tourian. Meet the Metroids, folks. They are an enemy exclusive to Tourian. Tourian is the final area of the game, so you best be prepared. And look at that. That is a space pirate. Would you believe that the original Metroid, the space pirates didn't make an appearance at all? They were only mentioned in the game's manual. At least in Zero Mission, we finally get to see them, and, well, they pay for their efforts, definitely. Look at all that, jeez. But these are the Metroids. They are the toughest enemy in the game, not including the fucking Rinkas that shoot out from the wall. Basically, what you don't want is the Metroids to latch onto you. If they do latch onto you, go immediately into Morph Ball and start laying down bombs, as many bombs as you can to get them off you. Now, the only way to stop the Metroids is utilizing your Ice Beam. Metroids hate the cold, but that's not enough. What you also have to do after you freeze them is pump 5 missiles into them, or 1 super missile if you want to keep a good pace going, and that is how you destroy the Metroids. Tourian, at least the first few parts of the level leading up to Mother Brain are designed to drain you of your resources, so you best be quick because again, there are no energy or missile recharging stations in Tourian, at least in Zero Mission anyway. So deal with the Metroids as quickly and as thoroughly as you possibly can. I'm being a bit of an idiot here, wanting to save my super missiles for Mother Brain, but hey, if I have powerful resources at my disposal, I want to hang on to them as much as possible. But yeah, don't bum rush this area, because if you do, the Metroids will dogpile you, and no matter how much energy you have or how much health you have, it won't make a difference. The Metroids will eat you alive, and needless to say, the space pirates, or the dead space pirates strewn about the floor, won't be the only thing, or won't be the only species in Tourian. Let's just say that. Now, these annoying as fuck Rinkas here shoot from the wall. You can easily destroy them with your beam attack. You don't need to utilize any missiles or whatnot. They do drop energy, or they do drop health as well as missiles to help, you know, re-up your ammo and whatnot, so you're not, you know, too drained by the time you get to Mother Brain. But they are quite annoying. In fact, I'd say they're next to the Metroids, they're the most lethal thing in this game. But yeah, look at that. Just Jesus, man. How many Metroids are in this place? My God. Well, that also has to do with the space pirates cloning the Metroid. In fact, I think the space pirates, I think in the manual they explain that the space pirates only captured 1 and exposed it to gamma rays, which cloned them, and basically that's how we have all the Metroids here now. Now, for this part of Tourian, you do not want to lay Morph Ball bombs across the floor. You want to deal with the Metroids at certain levels beforehand, because if you do bomb every single level or part of the level, all of the Metroids that are in this area will spawn, and it can be very fucking tiring dealing with all of those Metroids dogpiling you. That's basically a game over in and of itself. And yeah, needless to say, this is what happens to the space pirates that thought they could do it, and they paid for what they did, and that's But yeah, Metroids are really fucking creepy, my guy. Like, they don't fuck around. I'm happy they saved the toughest enemy for last, and they didn't plaster it throughout, you know, the whole game, because, good God, I dread to imagine what Zero Mission, or how the original Metroid would have been like if, you know, all the Metroids in Tourian populated different areas of the game. Like, I dread to know. Maybe, like, maybe people modded the game to try that out and whatnot, but no thanks. I'm perfectly happy playing this part of the game where the Metroids are reserved for Tourian, and that's it. But once you're through that room, you don't have to deal with any more Metroids. In fact, the developers gave you a bit of a breather round where you can grind up on these Rinkas for any lost health or missiles that you may need. Very nice of them, because like I said, the path leading up to Mother Brain will drain you of your resources, so it pays to, you know, grind up a bit and get ready for the final battle. Because it's not enough that they leave Metroids there for you, but we also have annoying as fuck turrets that will home in on you if you're not too careful, and the platforms are very tight, and they're also suspended above lava, and say it with me folks, Samus is very susceptible to lava damage. But yeah, once you finally make it, there's the big bad Mother Brain. Now, Mother Brain as a boss is piss easy. It's everything surrounding her that's difficult. As you can see, Mother Brain is no stranger to juggling, and this is why I wanted to save the super missiles for this part of the fight, because it ends it off really quickly, assuming, you know, you're not aiming at the fucking wall like a dope. Ugh. And yeah, the turrets and the Rinkas are going to be the more annoying factors / challenging factors in this fight. What you can do for the Rinkas is you can freeze them in midair so they only spawn one at a time. And the only thing you'll have to worry about are the turrets. Mother Brain has one projectile move, more so than she did in the original Metroid. In fact, she just stood there while her turrets and Rinkas did most of the work. But pumping her with enough super missiles ends the fight rather quickly. And now we have to get the hell out of here because there's a self-destruct sequence, and we do not want to be around for that, I can assure you. And much like in Mother Brain's boss fight, the platforms are very tight, so you want to be extra careful because you only have 2 minutes before everything goes kablooey. And no! Come on, Samus, you can do it. Wall jump, girl. Wall jump like you mean it. Come on, you can do it. We have to get the fuck out of here. We only have 1 minute and 37 seconds left. Now 1 minute and 36. Oh god, oh god. Gotta get the hell out of here. Back in Criteria, we're almost out. Come on, Samus, keep going, girl. You got this. Alright, good. The platforms are a bit more lenient this time around than they were previously, because the moment you got up to the top of the elevator, that's it. The original Metroid was done. But for this, I guess they wanted you to get to Samus' ship. Why, I don't know. But we're almost out. Come on, keep going. And fuck, I missed it. Alright, good. We had more than enough time to spare. Let's get the hell out of here. The timing of my escape couldn't have been worse. I was attacked by space pirates and left nearly defenseless, stripped of my power suit. All I had for protection was my rather useless emergency pistol. Infiltrating the space pirate mothership so armed may have been foolish, but I had no choice.